Schoolyard,
Mm-hmm.
It's time for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millis Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedules, horse biting, and seasonal hunting information with my outdoor media analysts Joe Allen Dunn and Kevin Sims. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millis Ferry hunting and fishing report.
Team Bigfoot in the house.
Team Bigfoot
I like that.
in the house.
I want that same fish, I hope, again Saturday.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for podcast number 168. And what a great interview with Marcel and Mallory Ledbetter. I tell you what, both of them are just as genuine people as you ever talk to. And Mallory, I tell you, that girl, you ought to seen her arms, Kevin, when he was all bruised up.
yeah.
I couldn't believe it. But really enjoyed talking with them. Y'all, we got a lot going on to talk about today. We're going to get into details on the Roland Cooper State Park Crappie Tournament coming up this weekend. We got a little change in it today, and we'll talk about it. But first of all, let's go ahead and get started with that because it's this weekend, and I'm going to tell you, I went down there and met with Miss June and Cliff today, the new managers, and let me put this. This is the brochure. Now I'm gonna go over everything. Now here is where we got a little miscommunication between how to sign up this time, Joe Allen. They didn't put tickets out like they usually do. They have signed up 10 teams, but they did it on the telephone, and they couldn't take a credit card because the credit card goes into the corporate system. And that money, we need to get that money back to pay the anglers Saturday. So you're going to have to pay cash only at the park. Now, the ones that have called in and signed up, they have got to pay before they weigh a fish in. But from now on, they're not taking any more interest unless you ride to the park and sign up. Now, they'll be there today till 5, well, not past 5 o'clock. They'll be there tomorrow, Thursday, from 9 to 5. They'll be there Friday from 9 to 5. And then Saturday morning from 5 a.m. till 8 a.m., we'll be taking entries at the pavilion at Roland Cooper State Park, and the $5 late fee will be waived because it's just we just had trouble signing up, and we just can't charge anybody any extra money if you come Saturday morning and sign up. Now, unfortunately for y'all and Joe Allen, I'm not going to be able to fish it. I told them that this is their first tournament, and to be perfectly honest, they need me down there Saturday. They really do.
I hate you're going to be there, Big Daddy, but me and you done talked about that big fish hole we found this weekend, and I'll take care of it for you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
That's what I am worried about, though. That's what I am worried about. But there is going to be a $500 big fish community neighbor bank check given away Saturday, a $250 youth tournament, $25 to enter for adults, 15 for kids, and $75, $50, and $25 every hour on the hour. And the 9 o'clock weigh-in, we're sponsored by Wilcox Farm and Hunting Supply.
Oh, you brought the check?
Yeah, let me get that. Hold on. All right, where's the trophy?
Right here.
Hold on. Y'all look at this. He's doing a little crowing.
If you want to know what it looked like, this is what it looks like.
I think the check they giving away this year is way bigger than that one, Joe Allen.
I need one.
Well, while we're on this, I said, how'd you do this weekend?
Well, I had 2 hecklers in the boat, and they
paid fishing customers.
I heard they were paid clients.
Well, they didn't get to the house till about 1:30, and it reeked of tequila. And when I woke them up, they staggered out of the house. Now, it's hard to deal with clients like that.
Well, you should have been catching them then.
Well, I did.
Well, what was you said the weekend before? It was something you said. What was it you said on Facebook the weekend before when you caught on fish? If it ain't bragging, if you backing it up.
All right, let's get back to the Roland Cooper State Park. Now, at 9 o'clock, we will be starting to weigh in at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. And that first weigh-in is sponsored by Wilcox Farm and Hunting Supply, $75, $50, $25
every hour.
10 o'clock weigh-in, Dunn Sports in Thomasville, Alabama. 11 o'clock, C.T. Ward Power Sports, and he is about out of boats, y'all. He done sold all them boats.
Well, that's good. It's the time of year.
Yep. 12 o'clock, McDonald's Grocery and Service Station, and they did want me to tell all of you anglers coming to town that they do have 24/7 non-ethanol gas pumps. You can credit card 24/7 at McDonald's Grocery. I think they're the only place in Camden that has that.
Yeah, the non-ethanol, I think you're right.
And the 1 o'clock weigh-in will be McGraw-Webb Chevrolet. 2 o'clock Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden. Of course, a $500 big fish of the day, the Community Neighbor Bank. $250 youth by Town Country United Bank. And we're going to pay 10 places depending on the interest. And so we'll just see how many people will in it. Last year, Joe Allen Dunn was the adult winner.
No, the last time we had it.
Yeah,
COVID got it last year.
2019. Yeah. Right. So if you got any questions, put them up on the chat board, and we'll be glad to answer. I see Josh is on there. Josh, you're gonna get tired of me Saturday because I'm gonna be down there with you, brother. And she said it's a lot bigger now. They getting interest in now. I told you they're gonna wait till the last minute to do it, Josh. And old Lonnie's tuned in. Lonnie Ray, how you doing, Lonnie Ray? But anyway, it's gonna be a great tournament. At hourly weigh-in, everybody's gonna have a good time. And I'll see y'all. And of course, we'll be putting all the hourly weigh-in winners up on the Facebook page, Roland Cooper State Park, and the Getting Outdoors Facebook page. So.
Tell me, hey, Mr. Bud, I'm going to have you a T-shirt there and a Team Bigfoot sticker to put on your vehicle or boat or whatever you want to put it on.
What did you say? You need some rest Friday night.
I will. Yeah. I'll rest.
Hey,
crow like a rooster on Saturday.
Well, Bud, you just come on and sit with me, but now maybe he'll show up this time anyway.
I will be there.
I hope he gets a crow like a rooster, not eat like a crow.
All right. Also Saturday down in South Alabama, old Dip McMillan's got his Dippy Outdoors crappie tournament out of Cliffs Landing. If you're down that way, safe flight to 2 o'clock, $60 boat entry fee. And of course, you can call Dip at 251-747-9261 or Josh Shook 251-463-3848. And then next weekend over in Demopolis, Alabama at the Runaway Landing, Kevin, you ought to fish us from the Ray Covington Memorial Tournament. Mr. Ray Covington passed away this year, and they're having a memorial tournament for him. Share the Gospel, $125 a boat. Call Reverend Howard Gaston at 251-232-1940. And then Miss Maddie's Summer Team Trail, and she is honoring God, man, I'm having an old man.
Extreme Bass.
Yeah, no, this is Bridgeport. This is Maddie, Bridgeport Summer Team.
She's going to honor what?
She is going to leave boat number 1 empty to honor
for Ray.
Not Ray. Heads Outdoors.
Oh, for Mike.
Mike Norwood. Yeah, she's going
open.
to leave it open for Mike Norwood in honor of him, who we lost also. So that will be on the 18th of June. And also, they have a $250 community neighbor bank big fish bounty every tournament that community neighbor community neighbor bank sponsors. So that's all I got of events going on. And I see Trey. Yeah, Norwood. Thank you, Trey. I'm old and forgetful sometimes. Trey nailed them this weekend. All right, let's see what else I got on here. Miller's Ferry. Listen to this schedule now. Miller's Ferry at the Powerhouse from midnight to 6 a.m., 3 units. From 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., no units. From 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., 2 units. From 4 p.m. to midnight, 3 units. At Jones Bluff, from midnight to 6 a.m., 3 units. From 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., no units. From 2 p.m. to midnight, 3 units. So they're not pulling water from 6 to 3. And they pull in water. So you're going to get a mixed deal Saturday if they keep this schedule. River temperature is 79 degrees. In the sloughs, 81 degrees. So what's this rain going to do to the water this weekend?
It's going to make it better.
You think so?
Yeah. It's going to really make it better.
Mayflies are out. I saw a good mayfly hatch on the river Sunday and Saturday. And did y'all see the pink cricket? Do you know a guy named Larry Huckabee? They said it was in Wilcox County. Larry Huckabee sent a pink cricket in, and I don't know Larry Huckabee, and I don't know where it could have been in Wilcox County. And Todd Murphy, he done quit fishing, ain't he? He sent me a bona fide picture of a whippoorwill nest. I didn't know they nested on the ground. And he's keeping up with it for me. All right, let's go over to this too.
It wasn't a chuck.
No, he was up in Helena, Alabama, and that's where the whippoorwills nest up there.
Yeah.
All right, I want to put this up here one more time because, there it is. If you're coming to the crappie tournament this week, just remember now, you cannot get to Roland Cooper State Park from going to Bridgeport City Landing.
On the green route, you are not going to make it. You got to go the red route.
You got to go to red route. If you're going to put in at Bridgeport City Landing, you can make it to Bridgeport City Landing on the green route. But on the red route, you can't. You got to go that way to get to Roland Cooper State Park, because you'll see up there where the X is. The road is out right there, and they hadn't been able to work this week because of the rain.
This big old crane parked in the middle of the road.
Just remember, when you turn at the post office, and if you're going to Bridgeport City Landing, just go just like you always go. Go up there to the intersection and bear to your left and go right on to the four-way stop, and then turn right. And then if you're going to Roland Cooper State Park and you get to that intersection, go straight. And it's County Road 43 carry you right to the state park. So maybe they'll get that fixed here before long. But all right, that's all I got except for the hunting and fishing report. Let me see, make sure. Yes, I do want to remind everybody on the Roland Cooper State Park, big crappie fish, when you bring a fish in for weigh-in, they become property of the Roland Cooper State Park. Now, if you catch a 2.5 pounder, a 2 3/4 pounder, and you want to have it mounted, and you want to keep it, they will keep it till the tournament's over and give it back to you. But you're not once you bring them to the scales, they become property of the state park.
Well, I'm gonna take my 2.5 pounder. I'm gonna mount it and put it right up there.
That'd be a good place for it. And remember, all you guys that have signed up and have not paid, before you can weigh a fish, you will have to pay your entry fee. So, and I know it's 10 of them, I think is what Miss June told me. Shane, I thought you was fishing, Shane. You just put a video up. I thought you was out there doing some live feed. He went yesterday.
I saw that
with John Canada, who is a Major League Fishing pro, and they had a deadgum good day.
He's going to show me so much stuff on the Warrior.
I want to go fishing with John.
Yeah. I bet you do. All right, let's get into the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for the weekend of May the 27th through May the 29th, Memorial Day weekend, and it is a time to remember all the folks that gave their life for us in the service. My hat's off to them. And catfishing this weekend. Last weekend, they had the benefit up at the Selma City Land, and Big Bama Bryant Taylor and his partner, Mr. Steve Harrell, won it. And I crowned Big Bama Bryant the best dressed angler of 2022.
Look at his hat. I like that.
I like it. I like him patriotic britches.
Yeah, he had 54 pounds, and he was proud.
Where were they fishing at?
Up there in Selma
yeah.
City Marina.
Yeah.
But I said it's May. I don't believe nobody's going to beat that wardrobe. Y'all, somebody said all he needed was a pair of cowboy boots.
Well, don't nobody hug a catfish the way he does. He hugs them like he really loves it.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, if you're going catfishing this weekend, everything's in play, I guess, ain't it, guy?
Oh, yeah. Well, the jugging in the river, I had a whole bunch of jugs in front of my house when I left. And Alden had the kids in there, those fishing off the dock. I said, you ought to be out there jugging like them in the river. But those river run sloughs are going to do real good, too, now, with some medium length line jugs and long line jugs in the river. And for the ones that didn't get the shad or skipjack, well, you just out of luck. I got my good luck charm right here. When I need some shad, I can get some. But Dunn Sports will have some pogies.
Okay.
I'm gonna start.
Well, you gonna have some frozen
pogies.
Shad? You ain't gonna have no frozen shad or skipjack?
Well, it just depends on if Kevin will help me out to that extent, because but those pokies do the same thing.
It's a shad, just saltwater shad. Yeah, they might even be a little tougher. I don't know.
What about your boy Travis? I mean, I thought he was getting so much skipjack when the freezer could hold it off.
He didn't get enough, and we all missed the run this year because the water was up and down.
Time out. I got 100 in the bag and the freezer.
Oh, well, you did.
But I thought that was for me and you.
Me and you. Yeah.
And the ones that Travis had, he lost those.
Because
they disappeared.
We got a little we got a little jugging.
Huh?
We got a little jugging tournament that ain't far off. We got a little jugging tournament that ain't far off.
That's why his skipjack disappeared.
Rusty got bold. Happy. Old Rusty had a birthday this weekend, and I don't think Travis even remembered his birthday. I told Travis to go sing him happy birthday out there at the mill. So happy birthday, Rusty. 43 years old. Golly, 43. I feel old. I remember when he was born. All right, so if you come and catfish this weekend, tight lining, jugging, and the river might have a little rise on it, so the limb lines might be in place.
It'll be real good this weekend. That cooler water's gonna help everything.
We're gonna have full pool.
Yeah,
you're gonna have the fish are gonna be shallower than they were.
Mm-hmm. So there you go, catfishing this weekend. And if you can catch them like Mallory and Marcel, Did you see them big fish they caught? I mean, and he swears they was on the Miller's Ferry Reservoir. And I'm telling you, it was some 48, 50-pound catfish.
What? That ain't just accident.
No.
Because I remember the time we went a long time ago. One time they hiding stuff out there too.
Oh yeah.
To go reach up in, which I wouldn't do that, but them girls do that. I swear.
Well,
they
y'all,
the boat landings where they're undermined. They reach up on the boat landings.
Y'all have not heard it, the podcast yet. Yeah. But Mallory she caught an alligator last year. Pulled an alligator
out of one of them holes.
Yes, sir. It wasn't all the way underwater.
Yeah.
It's a dead gum one that didn't tear her arm off. It wasn't about a 4 or 5 footer, but she tells a story on the podcast.
They ought to have that on video.
Bless her heart. And went right back in it again.
Ain't no way.
I ain't scared of alligator. I ain't scared of one of them catfish. I'm worried about one of them snapping turtles back up on them holes.
One of them things will get you too.
It ain't no biting. You're just gonna cut it off.
Yeah.
But that is in play now. In May and June is the grappling and the noodling, grabbing them fish is in play.
We got to do a video of that.
Mm-hmm. I ain't getting in there. That'd be Travis. That'd be a good thing for Travis to do.
Travis lose his arm.
All right, crappie fishing. I went crappie fishing Saturday by myself. I think I ended up with 18.
I was working,
and it was a funny day, though. But I found some new trash piles, and I called Joel. I called it the backup, but the fish had stopped biting when they got there.
You know how he got called? Todd called him, said, our guy ain't doing no good. Where you at? You catch anything, Big Daddy?
I told him, I said, I done about limited out. Y'all need some help. But y'all came up in there, and we've been talking about the Roland Cooper State Park tournament this weekend. I know Brandon Threadgill and his wife are fishing it. I think Scott Mitchell is going to fish it. So we got some sticks that's going to be in it. Joe Allen's fishing in it, the champion, and I wish Shane could fish in it, but he's got a guided trip that day.
I'm glad too.
But
I don't want him down here.
Team Bigfoot is going to be the reigning champion. He's the one you got to knock that crown off of. And Jeremiah Armstrong was second place with a 312, and I'm with a 212, and I think I was third with a 202. And I'm not going to get the fish, so I am going to bow to the other guys. But all right, where you gonna catch that big fish this weekend? Now you got to tell them, Joe Allen.
Well, I'm gonna look again at what they're doing with the water, because I learned something this past weekend. Places I had caught fish the weeks before, when there was a steady current coming through them flats. Well, Saturday they cut the water off when we started fishing, and the water backed up. I mean, it was flowing.
And if you remember, I know exactly where we caught them week 4 last. That water was moving through there,
but it was moving steady through this way.
Yes.
All right. It swished and swapped, and those fish wasn't quite like they were they wanted to be, trying to get situated on them tops. Because I could see them down there, but couldn't get the bait because the current was so swift, it was pulling away from them. So, but I think that's not going to be a problem this weekend. They probably going to have steady current again. So we'll just have to see. But that's what happened last weekend. But it's going to be in those flats, in those good, 12, 14 foot of water, brush piles in there, or in some major creeks. Like,
I think the riverbank might be in play now too. I really.
Oh yeah, I mean, I talked to 2 or 3 people who's catching them in the river. You know that they didn't say they caught a bunch of big ones, or whatever.
But that water temperature going down, it's gonna put those big fish in those other places back on the bite.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going back to what I did that in that video you showing it saying Team Bigfoot's in the house.
Yeah.
I'm looking for those fish in 10 foot of water on a stump that's 6 foot from the bottom, sitting on top. Them big fish shine like new money on that live scope.
Well, they in a feeding position.
That's right.
You know, but they got to be like in proximity. They can't be like out here or moving. They got to be in proximity to the cover.
If they sitting on top of that stump, you can see they big.
Or the top. Yeah.
And you throw that jig.
All manner.
Yeah. Donna's got to have manner.
Is she fishing?
Yes.
Okay.
And she done told me we got to start out.
What about Jabba?
Yeah, he's fishing.
He's fishing with you?
No, not with me.
Well, how is that going to be Team Bigfoot if he ain't fishing with you and Donna?
Well, it'll be Team Bigfoot too.
Yeah.
But anyway, Donna wants to start in the backyard.
Yeah, well, look what Fishin them did there. Yeah.
She said there's some big ones on there now.
Well,
she'll probably get up and go out there and fish way before you even get ready to go.
I don't know. He got up that morning, me and him went. I had to give it to him. But anyway, if you crappie fishing this weekend, I think everything's in play, but it ain't going to take but one big fish. And I've been doing this long enough to know. I saw Donna Councilman win $1,000 fishing off of her dock right there at the Marina Slough. I saw a little, what was her name? I can't remember names this afternoon. Craig Gamble's little girl. She wasn't about 12 years old. She won $1,000 and came up and got the check and then went playing in the dirt pile. I mean, like it wasn't nothing to it, you know.
Well, I remember one year we were sitting there and it was almost to the end, and Red come driving up, and his wife said, "Well, is this you think on the way in?" And look, I said, "Good God, yes."
Yeah, Gerald Overstreet's wife Jennifer won it one year, and Mark Bolden won it one year. So anybody, it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah,
it's just whoever catches that big fish. If everybody's got the same chance, whether you're sitting on a dock fishing with a cork and line, or whether you are in a $80,000 boat like Brandon Threadgill, you know, fishing with professional crappie gear, it don't matter. Just who catches the big fish. That's right. That's what I like about this format. So. Good luck to everybody, and I'll be keeping up with it. I might do some live stuff. I'll have the drone down there at the weigh-in, so we'll be broadcasting all day Saturday from the T Pier at Roland Cooper State Park. And please join us if you can. All right, let's talk about bass fishing. Kevin, Trey Wade pulled up to me in the river Saturday. He was fishing that River City tournament, River City Bass Club out of Demopolis. He pulled up at 11 o'clock. I was sitting on the rhinestone hole, and he said, "Big Daddy, I already got 20 pounds." And he said, "I'm just waiting on the weigh-in." I took a picture of 3 of them, and then he sent me a picture later on that evening. He had 22.31 with a 5.9 old big fish. That's a good bag of fish on Miller's Ferry.
Really is.
That is strong.
Over in Demopolis at the Extreme Bass Challenge, 22 boats paid $4,000, and Gray and Corey Smith won with, I think they had 19 pounds.
That's right. Sykes fished another tournament out of Demopolis. They had 20 pounds same day.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, it's going to be something now. If you're coming back, I don't have any bass fishing tournaments this weekend on Demopolis. I think they got that big tournament, L&L Marine on Demopolis, I think, that at $50,000.
War on the river, or challenge on the river, or something like that, yeah.
So what we're going to do, if you're coming bass fishing on Miller's Ferry, Demopolis, Kevin?
Well, the river conditions are finna to make a big change. We're all going to have a full pool. It won't be like flooding stages, but now you're going to have, because of the water has been doing its normal thing and the vegetation has done what it normally does, that this rise is going to put better water in grass where you're going to have enough grass to push some fish back. It might not be an all-day thing. It might be just a morning or an afternoon bite, but with the vegetation getting taller and thicker, and then we're going to have some water that'll get in it or under it, that you're going to have that. I think you're going to have some mats on the river. You know, it's hung up, and we have lots of new trees that's blown down from the storms, and there's we got a little bit of hyacinth come back if the Corps leave it alone, and we got a few little mats here and there, you know, and if you land on the right one, there's going to be a fish caught there. But I think there's going to be some fish that's caught, and it's not going to be in the back of a slough. I'm playing, but we do have some new vegetation that's going to have water around it. That's going to be in a fishable position to catch fish out of.
Go-to bait.
I'm gonna say swim jig. I'm gonna swim jig, square bill crankbaits. Especially around if it's any wood around. And then if the barometer's high and you have a bluebird day, get your flipping jig out, get your punch baits out, and get at it. The barometer going to be, for me, is what I'm going to look at, whether I'm going to throw something, a chase bait, or if I'm going to like punching.
All right, there you go. If you're coming bass fishing, that's what you need to do. Now, brim and bass in ponds are just on fire right now. I see Wayne Edgeworth was on there. He tore up some brim last week. I've been seeing a lot of brim being caught, a lot of bass being caught in the Alabama Public Fishing Lake. Bibb County is getting 7-8 pound bass every day. They're catching them 2-pound shell cracker down at Beatrice. I hadn't heard from Mercy Man at Dallas County. What about Washington County, Kevin? Y'all heard anything?
I have not seen.
Been kind of quiet this year, isn't it?
Well, it's just the water, the conditions of the water is beautiful, but it's clear. I'm talking about like you can see the bottom anywhere you stop in that lake, no matter how deep it is. It's clear, but they're there. I mean, you just last time we fished there, we had the live scope set on like 35 foot. We never saw a fish, but I caught some. But you had to make a long cast. We backed it out 65 foot, and we were seeing a few.
Look what Lou Cobb said up at Swift Creek last week. We pushed mats with plastics and jigs. Punched is what he meant to say.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah. All right, there you go. All right, now I want to show y'all this because, I listen and read all the studies they're doing on wild turkeys. This is May the 22nd. This was Tuesday. And I mean, they were blowed up everywhere out here in the hills with hens around them.
Yeah.
So they still breeding, I believe, Joel.
Well, what did we do? What was it? 2 weeks ago. Listen to that one gobble all morning long. That was
Well, there you go. So turkey season's over, but if you want to work a turkey, you can still, I guess, go out there and work one.
You can play one. You can't take a gun. Get your camera out there and send the video.
I don't guess that would be harassing wildlife.
No, as long as you do it before 10 o'clock at night.
They say if a hen loses her nest, she'll go back. And cause them to go to gobble again.
All right. We ain't got no rodeo report because Brody is injured. He's on the injured list.
He's on the injured reserves.
But I went and found this, and we thought we were going to make a bass fisherman out of it. How old was he then? Look at that hair.
8 or 9 in that picture right there. We was at a weigh-in right there, and he was so proud. He caught that big fish, and he was so happy. And
I believe that was an IP tournament.
I think it was an IP tournament because Ken's standing right there, and that's one on McKnight Marine's trailer right there. So that was an IP tournament.
That was under did they pull that trailer under that hill?
I guess the first year he did, and Randy did too with the cooking down there.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But that's Brody. That's it. Y'all hear us talk about it. I ought to have a picture of him on that bronc. But he was that's when he got on the radio with me, and he was
I was kidding him the other day. I said, son, you come here in videos and pictures, need a haircut, and said in the dadgummit, I took your graduation picture, you need a dang haircut again.
Well, he's a cute little old kid. And snapper season comes in this weekend.
That's right.
Anybody going? You know anybody that's going, Joel?
Yeah, me.
Are you going this weekend? Are you going to? I thought you was going to fish your tournament.
I am, but I might be loading up right after going to the Gulf. It depends on what the water does down there. It's going to be rough, I think, Friday and Saturday, but starting Sunday and Monday, it's going to get right. So,
here's another pro fisherman that's going to be here this week. Old Jason. I can't pronounce his last name, but that's Gigi's grandson.
Okay.
And he works down there. He sells in Vexus boats down there, and he is going. Are you going to fish your tournament, Jason? It's Saturday, and he fishes the Crappie Masters. So we're going to have some sticks up here this weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
I think Big Daddy's done called all these pros in there trying to get me knocked off. But I tell you what, I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna try to hold on with my toes.
You can play with them, Joe Allen. You can play with them. All right, now, Kevin, I have to give credit where credit's due. I had to carry Tommy's Ranger down to Jackson to Tucker ATV the other day, and I came by early that morning, and Joe Allen was at the store, and I stayed down there, hung around with Shannon a little while, and I come back through, and he was at the store still. So
he brought breakfast up there, Bubba, and then he went and got lunch before you come back by. He was delivering lunch that day.
What you got special at Dunn Sports this week, Joe Allen? Besides Bigfoot T-shirts that Kevin, that Travis says you got to send down to Africa and give them away.
Really, if you go in there and look, I mean, take a slow look all the way around. I got more tackle in there than anywhere else.
Tornado warning.
But I got the best selection of tackle anywhere. I got the best selection of Glock handguns anywhere. Ammo. I got a huge stock of ammo right now.
You caught up.
Yeah, I'm except
has the ammo gone up like the gas, eh?
Yes, way up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's I got a good selection of everything.
Jason said that Joe Allen's a hammer. I kind of look at more like an anvil. I mean, he's kind of like, he's not really shaped like a hammer.
I ain't gonna count him out either.
It took a lot of years to build this anvil here.
But I have to say, Joe Allen he put me on some fish 2 weeks ago, I have to say. And he made a bad mistake when he did it. He should have blindfolded me.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Are you gonna fish, Kevin?
Maybe not. I'll see y'all at the weigh-in. I mean, watching, or either I'll come up there with a fish.
Well, you dadgum sure slipped in there at the jugging tournament, and I'm gonna tell. And once again, I'm gonna tell Bud Williamson, come on to the weigh-in, and just maybe, Joe Allen will show up.
I got him a shirt and a sticker.
That's Joe Allen's #1 fan.
Oh yeah, right. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah. He gets at least 5% off on everything he gets in the store.
Now, before we go, we do have some business, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Alden took those precious grandboys of Joe Allen's fishing down at the camp house yesterday. They caught fish, and Alden fell. The darn dock was rotten, and he fell through the dock.
He must have went to the right.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we need to put some pressure on Joe Allen, and he says he ain't got no money. But we can go to Richard Wright at Town Country United Bank and get a loan on that paid for camp he's got down there. I'm sure it's got a little collateral, and we need a lighted pier with artificial structure so me and Donna can sit out there on the dock and fish. And we need 3 covered boat slips, one for me, one for Alden, and one for Travis.
We need a cook area. And
we got a good cook area. It's already it's intact. It's intact. Covered. Maybe you need it covered.
Yeah.
But I mean, we need to get that done now.
This is what I got to do. Talking about Fisher and them. I asked them this evening when I come down there. I said, "What we gonna do tomorrow?" They was wanting to go to Prattville to the movie theater. That's their concern.
Yeah,
they ain't worried about that pier. They want to go watch the movies.
Well, they ain't worried about it now because they ain't old. But when they get a little age on them, they will be worried about them. You don't want one of them to fall in. No. So let's go ahead and get that. Put that on.
Do you know that the legs on the original pier? Me and John have recovered that pier one time. The original legs are cedar post, the one that where Alden fell. That everything had fallen off of it, but the heart, it's got knots on it. Ain't it right, Joe?
It's still under there.
It's still not cedar knots holding it up.
William Malone said Western Wilcox County under a tornado warning. So what Western, that would be Pine Hill over there, Kevin.
Yeah, so I got to go back that way.
We'll look at the radar when we get. Let's get off of here and go check that out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Anything else, boys, y'all got?
I got Brody does have rodeo finals, and he's qualified and all that. He's not going to be able to ride, but it's a big gala. That he'll get a cloth number patch since he qualified, and it's still a big deal. And he's going to be there and participate and all that. And he potentially could be the reserve champion. I don't know if they do that since he ain't able to ride, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's for all you would-be want to come take my crown. Come on. Come on now.
He's throwing the gauntlet down.
Let's say they ain't bragging if you dare gonna back it up.
All right, I'll see everybody Saturday. We will be broadcasted live from the Roland Cooper State Park T-Pier all day long. Tune in. Good luck, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk, and climb and do it all on 2 light feet.